Hello, I'm Doris Kearns Goodwin, or as Tim would remind me, the Irish daughter of Michael Francis Aloysius Kearns. History at its best is about telling stories, stories about people who lived before, about events in the past that create the contours of the present. By studying the lives of others, we hope that we, the living, can learn from their struggles and their triumphs. Today, as we, who were lucky enough to have been Tim RUSSERT's friends, recount our stories about this remarkable man with the booming voice and the radiant smile, it becomes increasingly clear that while his professional achievements will long be remembered, the lasting legacy he leaves behind is the truly honorable life that he led. For it is in the elements of that life, so exquisitely balanced between a profound commitment to work and an equally profound commitment to his family and his friends, that we have the most to learn. Now, to be sure, his professional success will long be remembered. Indeed, for future historians attempting to tell the political story of the last 2 decades, there'll be no more valuable resource than the transcripts and the tapes of Meet the Press. We have lost the art of letter writing, the discipline of keeping a diary, but as Tim showed, we have not lost the capacity for talking, for sitting around a simple table and conversing in a civil and illuminating fashion about the most important issues of the day. Everyone has a purpose on earth, Tim once said. His, he believed, was to understand public policy, interpret political events, and inform the public. And how magnificently he practiced that chosen vocation, providing us week after week with a consistently intelligent public discourse, which is the heartbeat of democracy. Moreover, years from now, historians will not only be able to read what our leading figures said, but observe how they responded to Tim's penetrating questions. And these observations will provide the key to unlocking both character and temperament. Those who flinched with discomfort, who stubbornly resisted honest answers, they will not fare so well over time. While those who are willing to acknowledge errors, to laugh at themselves, to admit that yes, those statements on the screen do seem contradictory, they will emerge in a far better light. Tim once said to me that he could never understand why a politician could not say, "You're right, I've changed my mind on that issue." There is only one politician who could have consistently given Tim the answer he craved, but that would mean bringing Abraham Lincoln back as Tim's guest on Meet the Press. Just imagine it. On the screen, Tim would have put up several contradictory statements that Lincoln said about slavery in 1832, 1842, and 1852. This would not fluster Lincoln, however, for as history records, whenever he had to say that he had changed his position, he had a simple answer. "Yes, you're right. I have changed my position. I'd like to believe I'm smarter today than I was yesterday." And yet, while the core of Tim's work will live on for generations, it is the character of the man that tells the bigger story, the warmth, sensitivity, integrity, fairness, and fundamental decency. His capacity to transmit his cheerful strength to others, reach out to people, pick up their emotions, put himself in their shoes, inspire their trust. The character of a gentleman who retained all his life his boyish sense of wonder. The character of a beloved figure whose death has produced an outpouring of emotion across our land. It has been said that over time, friendship turns to love. You look back and you remember the experiences you shared, the joy at one another's achievement, the comfort provided in times of sorrow, and you know these memories will last forever. Though you've heard each other's favorite stories, you take pleasure in hearing them again and again. I cannot tell you how many times, in the presence of others, Tim would spur me to tell a story I had long since told him, so that the people seating with us could enjoy it. "Tell me about Lincoln and the critic," he would prompt. And I would tell the story of the man who shouted at Lincoln, "You're two-faced, Mr. Lincoln," to which Lincoln responded, "If I had 2 faces, do you think I'd be wearing this face?" And on it went. "Tell me about FDR and the poker game. Tell me about LBJ and the Alamo." And Tim would sit there with this huge grin on his face, as if he were a proud parent, though I, of course, was the older of the two. And so through these and 100 other shared experiences, friendship turned to love. A few weeks ago, in the aftermath of the sad news about Senator Kennedy's brain tumor, I told Tim of a conversation I had had with Rose Kennedy decades ago, as she remarked on the shortened lives of her children, most notably Jack and Bobby. She said she found solace in the thought that if they could come back, they would still choose the lives they'd been given to lead, for they'd been blessed with so much achievement and so much fulfillment. Tim said he understood what she was saying, for he too had already been blessed with all that he could want, with work he adored and a family he loved, blessed beyond his wildest imagination. But if length of years were denied to him, the hardest part, he said, would be not sharing with Maureen in the limitless future of their son, not seeing Luke get married and become a father of his own. While Tim's shortened life means that the children of Luke will never meet their paternal grandfather on this earth, they will surely come to know him. They'll know his heart and his soul through the memories of all who loved him, through the countless stories filled with love and laughter, stories that will be told and retold for generations. I am honored to be one of those storytellers tonight. Thank you.